The truth cannot be found by seeking, yet only seekers find it. Zen proverb. In the silent space beyond philosophy, scripture, or belief, there exists something untouchable, a knowing not born from language. Zen has always pointed there, toward a truth that escapes the trap of concepts. It whispers of an experience too vast for explanations, too real for doctrine. But in a world where realized teachers are rare and ancient traditions are filtered through translation and time, how can we access what cannot be taught? Without a direct guide, we find ourselves holding books that confuse more than clarify, and ideas that spin us in circles. So we return to simplicity. What inner transformation must take place to ensure that once we awaken, we never slip back into illusion? The answer begins not with theory, but with the total sensitization of your being, moving toward truth and away from everything that holds you back. If that's all you do, the path will open. All great fires begin with a question, not the passive questions of armchair philosophy, but the searing, relentless ones that come from the soul, a question like a wound you can't ignore, a fire that begins with doubt, not cynicism, but the kind of doubt that sharpens into insight. Where does suffering begin? Where does it vanish? Why does awareness get clouded? What is this thing behind my thoughts, watching all of this unfold? The desire to know becomes your entire life. You stop settling for shallow comforts and begin tearing into the structures of your mind. You stop chasing pleasure and begin chasing truth. With each honest question, with each moment of deliberate awareness, you toss another log into the fire and the fire of great doubt. And one day that fire doesn't just burn within you, it is you. It consumes illusion, and in its place it lights up the whole universe. This is the beginning of awakening, when the desire to see clearly overrides the desire to remain comfortable, when your soul no longer negotiates with delusion. True faith is not passive. It doesn't wait for proof or rely on prophets. It is born from something unshakable, an encounter with the real. The Sanskrit word shraddha doesn't mean belief in the Western sense. It means trust, alignment, inner conviction. Not because someone told you something, but because you know it from the marrow of your bones. Even now, in this very moment, you can feel it, the strange pulsing of aliveness behind your thoughts, the background hum of being itself. You've spent years fixated on the noise, the storms of emotion, the ache of desire, but what's behind it all? Silence, presence, bliss without cause. You don't have to imagine it. It's here. And when you glimpse it, even for a second, your trust deepens. This is not blind faith. This is the kind of certainty that keeps you walking forward, even when the night is dark and the road vanishes. Because you've tasted freedom, even a drop of it. And once you do, you know it's worth everything. Enlightenment is not gifted from the sky. It is earned, not by merit in the moral sense, but by the sheer alignment of your effort with reality. There is no cosmic shortcut. No outside force is coming to save you. Even in the deepest spiritual traditions of India, awakening is a result of karma, the ripening of causes and conditions set in motion by you. To escape the web you helped weave, you must reweave it, strand by strand, with precision, intensity, and intention. This is great effort, and it arises naturally when doubt and faith have burned bright enough to leave no other choice. Effort like this is not exhausting. It's exhilarating. It's the force of truth rising in you like a tidal wave. It's the recognition that behind your personal struggle lies something universal, the pure awareness that links all beings. That awareness, once glimpsed, fuels a kind of devotion that's beyond religion. It's the willingness to do whatever it takes, because what's at stake is not just your peace, but the potential liberation of every soul. What blocks us is not some great demon or evil force. It is distraction, lukewarm yearning, the comfortable grip of the familiar, and the system we live in, the whole karmic matrix of unconscious behavior, media, culture, craving, feeds that distraction every day. We are not fighting monsters, we're fighting forgetfulness. To win, one thing must become stronger than every other desire: the longing for truth. The longing to love without limit, to become so awake that even your breath blesses the world. When that longing stabilizes, you realize enlightenment isn't random, it's not mythological. It is the natural conclusion of a human life fully lived. And if the Buddha could do it in a body like yours, with doubts like yours, then why not you? There was a time I dismissed Zen. The books seemed cryptic, the teachings obscure. It all felt like riddles wrapped in riddles. But history tells a different story. Unlike many other spiritual traditions that faded or fossilized, Zen evolved. It kept traveling, and from India to China to Japan to Korea to the West, it kept simplifying. Now it's here, reaching you not in a cave or monastery, but through the very device you're holding. That makes this a golden age, rare and fleeting. You can access teachings once reserved for lifelong monks. You can practice without shaving your head or leaving your job. The gate is open, the path is alive. All that remains is your decision to walk it. Don't underestimate the power of one step taken with full awareness. Doubt deeply, trust wholly, act relentlessly. The universe is listening and waiting.